this video is about Julia's theme. If you don't know what Julia's theme is, whenever a sad or tragic moment happens, they play it's a lovely piano. I think it's been dubbed Peggy's theme, but I believe that's a different theme.
No, it's a different theme. They do different versions of it when there's a big it's like if a story wraps up fully, or it's a sad exit, or just someone leaves, someone, just whatever the context is. If it's their last ever scenes, usually you get the very nice piano as it goes through. And at this point, anytime it hits, if you're like stoic and you're just like, this isn't a sad episode at all, the second Julia's theme hits, just like, oh god, not again, they've gotten me again.
Obviously, I will go through the first ever Julia's theme and the last Julia's theme at the time of recording, which is the 24th of the 3rd, 2025, because I know when this video comes out, there'll be another Julia's theme, and people are like, well, no, it's Teddy picking an apple. How dare you get that wrong, lads? This is being recorded on the 24th of the 3rd, so just, yes, the time of recording. So the first ever Julia's theme is when Ian Beale cries to Lou Beale, because, his dad, Pete Beale, is being a bit of a knob. I can say knob, can't I? Yeah. And Ian wants to be a cook, and not Teddy's kind. He wants to be an actual chef, and basically Pete disapproves because it's the 80s. That is more of a girl's job, does that make sense?
It's all the time. Pete's like a man's man, as ironically selling fruit and veg. Ironically selling fruit and veg, and he's lecturing Ian about not having a manly job. But yeah, it's Ian. He's talking to Lou Beale, and it's that like rare moment with Lou Beale where you just, as much as you can try hate her because she is an old bag and just doesn't stop nagging you, she just kind of sits you down like, oh, I'll sort him out. That like great nan chat where it's like, oh, I hear people are being a bit rude to you. Well, show them to me. Show them to me. I'll walk over there. I'll tell him, oh, Nan, you don't have to do that. No, I've got your back, Ian. And, yeah.
Yeah, and that is the first ever Julia's theme. To me, I think that is the first ever Julia's theme.
Yes, it is.
The more recent one, again, on the 24th of the 3rd, 2025, just to preference that one more time, on the 24th of the 3rd, 2025, at time of recording, the last ever Julia's theme at the moment is Phil in the graveyard putting Eric Mitchell behind him, and get your mind out of the gutter, because he goes to visit Eric Mitchell. He goes, you can't bully me anymore, and then all the family, Lexi, Linda, Nigel, and Billy, and maybe Honey, all visit him, and he dabs up Lexi. He hugs Billy, and then he does the grand equivalent of I'll give you all the sponge bats. It's like, I'll look after you until the end.
Yeah.
And he just...
Yeah. And it's a really big moment and a really important moment because it is the end to Phil's story, right? And the thing where people may be complaining about it as such is that they kind of... I mean, let's just say Julia's theme gets used about 15 times a decade. It's a very untapped thing that they only go to when it's really, really important. So even like Whitney's exit, Whitney did not get Julie. Wait, no, she did get Julie's name. I lie. But even for like some of the lesser exits, they don't really get it. All right, it has to be proper, main, genuine. And this last couple months, they've used 3 Julia's theme in 3 months, which is a fair amount of Julia's theme. They had it first when Suki and Eve said, "Oh, it's finally over," that signaling the end of Nish. Then you had it for the 40th anniversary, of course, Martin's death. And then they obviously had the previous one with Phil Mitchell, where he's putting not his mental health stuff in the past, but he's putting this current version of it in the past. And admittedly, some people may be like, but too much Julia's theme. But I suppose this is where this video idea comes from. Especially, I didn't have another topic for this week. So the main headline, are they overexposing Julia's theme because they've used it 3 times in 1 year, 1 a month? And I even saw someone saying they should do Julia's theme every month. No. And then even before then, they used it sparingly. It's been used 10 times in the 2020s. For Max's exit, for Mick when he got when Katie Lewis, the woman who abused him as a kid, got sentenced. Tiffany's exit, William, and then Keegan and Tiffany's exit when she returned. Then Lola, then Karen's exit, then Whitney's, and then the ones we already talked about. So, as said before, it is used very sparingly and reasonably so, because when it hits, it hits. And like I said, even if you're not even that moved by it, the second that piano hits, you suddenly realize, like, oh shit, this is big. This one matters, and it's kind of a rite passage in a way. And it's not to say they don't also do other ones. Like, they do other sorts of themes. They did Kathy's theme initially, which was more akin to the like jazz theme that they used in '93. I believe they had Peggy's theme, which was when she walked away after the fire in the Queen Vic. You had Pat's theme as well, once again. Then you went on for the 35th. Then you apparently had Elizabeth's theme. Glad that happened. Then you had Dot's theme, and then you had Mick's theme, I believe, as well, where they played To Build a Home at the end of his episodes.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me... So when Queen Elizabeth was announced to be deceased, they bloody just Julius themed her.
No, I don't know if they played it with Queen. I don't know why they had Queen... No, they had it for the Jubilee. They had it for the Jubilee.
Oh, because I'm imagining just, Lizzie's dead, quick, run into the studio, change it. We're going to do a Elizabeth's theme for her. God on Lizzie. Miss you, love. You would have loved it, Lizzie.
Honestly, it's basically the EastEnders theme, but a bit grander with like horns and shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's it. That's all it is. But like, is it overexposed? No, I don't think so. I think this year has culminated with a lot of pretty important like storyline finishes, right? It's kind of culminated, like a lot of it did culminate at the 40th anniversary. It had to be done at the time. You had to send Nish off with the Julius theme because Nish had been the pretty big part of the last 2 years of EastEnders. You had to have Martin have the Julius theme because it's Martin Fowler. He's the original East End baby. It's a legacy character who's dying at the 40th. And for Phil Mitchell's like recent one, of course, like it's Phil. It's his mental health struggle has been probably one of the best storylines of the last decade. Like, it's necessary. Now, I think the reason why people complain about Julia's theme, and it's such a stupid, petty reason. But do you know why I'm going to suggest that people were angry about the Julia's theme?
It should only be saved for special moments, maybe.
Because Karen got one when she left, and then she appeared again for 2 episodes. Ruining Julia's
not this
theme.
debate. Not this.
No, I still see it though. That's the problem. I still see this thing. It's such a non-issue. I mean, to be fair, people also did complain about when Tiffany left, got the Julia's theme, and then came back in March. She left in December, came back in March, left with Keegan. They then got another Julia's theme. That one was probably a bit more like, did you really need to do... There were a couple in the middle there that were kind of like...
Right, let me just break this down, alright? MC Piggy on the mic. Money messing, no.
Busting it down sexual style.
Yeah, busting it down sexual style. The thing, right, now, in hindsight looking at this, Karen's exit deserved the Julius theme. Because it was the last time she had innocence. And if you're confused by what I mean, because her Christmas, like, she had a rough Christmas, she moved to Spain, stole Phil's money because she was forced to kidnap a child because of Keanu, which was her own grandchild, and had to stay at, I forget his name's house, but he was a lovely lad.
Malcolm's
an OG of this channel. And
also, Keanu sent her away as well. Keanu basically sacrificed her. He pushed her right into the bear trap and just went, see ya.
And the thing, right, is if you look at it from hindsight, you can understand the perspective of, well, it's because the last time Karen, like I said, has innocence, because immediately afterwards her son is killed. Immediately afterwards.
Of course she would come back. Her kid disappeared and she didn't know where he was.
And
didn't know where he was. Of course she would fucking come back, wouldn't she?
And, like, I understand you can be mad, but at the same point, if you're looking, like, it's different if it was Grant Mitchell, right? And what I mean by this, I'm not saying Karen Taylor is Grant Mitchell, don't get that twisted. What I'm saying is, it's different if Ross Kemp, like, left the thing him back for something big like that. Because, obviously, you do it for him. But the reason why people hate Karen is because she's nobody. It's like, of course, Grant...
I'll also suggest, just before this, I also think the reason why they got the Julius theme was because it wasn't just Karen. It was Mitch, and it was like the Bakers. It was that family. Keegan was on the way. Keegan was already gone. This was the last of the Taylors. Now Bernie and Keanu were the only ones left, and even Keanu was gone. It was a send-off to the Taylors after 7 years on the show as that new family. So it's just, I don't know, it just, to me, and the reason why, and you can get back to your point in a second, but the reason why I felt it was so annoying that people are just like, why'd they give her a Julius theme? She just came back. She came back for one episode. For one episode, or 1 or 2 episodes, because she didn't know where her kid was, who was dead. He died. Of course she's going to come looking. The last voicemail she was sent was, oh yeah, I'm going to see you soon, Mum. See ya. Of course she came back. It just became such a weird sticking point with the Reddit and the community. You know when Reddit just decides to take a narrative and never fucking put it away. That's what happened with this one.
Or like me with 2018 Alfie. Let's go. And Haley Slater.
Or like me with half the stuff I argue about. Exactly.
Yeah, you with
Stalker Sarah.
Yeah, Stalker Sarah Combs. Which
James.
I remember I didn't.
Correct yourself.
I mean, I'm gonna just briefly say this. I didn't piss Ash off. But I just went from, I found my Stalker Sarah Combs, and I went, it's Theo Hawthorne, and he just sent me an angry cat, a cat just being like,
how dare you? It's so much different. Even though Theo had way more screen time and a lot more development, but how dare you compare? It's like
when Doc got offended that the dog Lady Di was named after Princess Diana, and a dog shouldn't be named after Lady. Princess Diana shouldn't be named after a fucking dog. If you remember that, you remember that.
But, yeah, it's just we all have the things we latch onto and never let go of. But it's just it's always the joke I would make is that if Theo and Sarah were connected, it'd be go on, Sarah, you can do it. It's all just because fucking Theo's in the fucking way. The dick is Sarah was in the wrong. Fucking Theo, get out the fucking, just messing up her chance of life. That's it. That's it for me.
And then you have me doing the other side of it. Just bloody Sarah, damn. But yeah, it's the thing, right? And I'm just has news come out?
All right. No, it's just funny, just laughing.
No, I'm not going to mention names, but this is if you have a kid who disappeared. Now you might get who I'm on about here, but I'm not going to say names. And then they disappear, and you don't go looking for them. Are you just gonna sit back and relax? No, you're gonna go find them. That's why you come back. If you don't know who I'm on about, a famous person who is allegedly dead or was in a caravan for years. You know. Just leave it at that. I was of course you're gonna look for your missing kid. You're not gonna sit back and go, Mitch, this takeaway is bloody delicious. Where's Keanu? It's forget Keanu. You're gonna look for him. You're not gonna just sit back and relax. I don't understand this.
Yeah, it's just people they just harped on it for so long, and part of it I have internalized it all, but it is infuriating.
Yeah, my stance is right. Tiffany even deserved it. And why did Tiffany deserve it? Because Tiffany was one of the original Jackson 5. She was the only Jackson 5 who probably didn't get recast along with Morgan. But Morgan is the lesser known forgotten one. What?
And Whitney.
And Whitney. No one cares about Whitney, let's be honest. Fucking Brittany, bitch.
Yeah, but even then when Whitney got a Julius theme, everybody just just because you may not like the character doesn't mean they don't deserve a Julius theme. Like, Whitney deserved the Julius theme. She's been a fucking slave to the show for what? 18 years? Yeah, sure, her best storylines were probably the first ones. But she's been an absolute servant to the show for years. And yet, just because people don't like us, don't fucking deserve that Julius theme. Fucking, yeah, she does. Just because you don't like them doesn't mean they don't get it.
Yeah, and I think that's where we leave it. Just, is the Julius theme overused? No. It's used sparingly. And if you have a problem with it, bring it up with the big man BBC and see what he says. But look, to continue my point, it's used sparingly. It's used every episode. I can understand the complaint, but yeah, it's just get a life. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, there's just a complete difference, right? I'm sick of this current EastEnders theme. I'm fed up of. I hate the EastEnders theme. I hate this version of it. I miss the jazz theme. I want literally anything else, please. Just change it up a little bit. Change the sound. Change the sound of the EastEnders theme, please. It's been the same one since 2009. But that's just me having a little re. But but the difference is with the Julius theme is because it's been used 79 times in 40 years. There's about 210 episodes a year. It's a status thing. It really is a big deal. And that's why as much as it has felt like they've been throwing it out there lately, all of them have had the perfect reason why. And alternatively, it does add that extra level of grandeur that you really do want for some of these big moments to try cement them as iconic, as a true end in a sense. And yeah, it would be absolutely criminal if a new executive producer came in and just started throwing 10 Julius themes out there. Be like, what? Like, you're not building any of this. But yeah.
Yeah, and if you like this video, let us know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.